NASCAR has been an environment for change since pretty much the beginning of the sport itself. It's just the nature of the beast. Since the start of the Gen 6 era, one of the biggest changes in the sport has been the tumble downwards that Hendrick Motorsports has experienced. Hendrick has always been a juggernaut in modern NASCAR, hosting some of the biggest names in the sport for the last 20 years. Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson, Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, Kasey Kahne, and now Chase Elliott. It was normal for HMS to dominate the Cup circuit yearly. As recently as 2007, they actually won half of the 36 races in a season. I think this is why it's so shocking that Hendrick has fallen out of the top tier of teams. Fans have been wondering if this is just a phase or a permanent shift into the future. So, this is what I want to try and figure out today. How does the future of Hendrick Motorsports look? As I normally like to do, I want to look forward by looking back. I looked at the overall Hendrick statistics in the Gen 6 era, 2013 to 2019. In this, it's clear to see when this all started. So, in 2013, Hendrick drivers won 9 times. They had 45 top 5s, 77 top 10s, 7 poles, and an average finish of 13.5 among the 4 teams. Top driver of these was Jimmie Johnson winning the championship, and bringing up the rear was Kasey Kahne in 12th. Altogether, a stellar season for all 4 teams. 2014 stat line saw 13 wins, 40 top 5s, 74 top 10s, 4 poles, and a 13.9 average finish. Gordon led in 6th, while Kahne was now 15th. This season was slightly down, but this could mostly be attributed overall to Kasey Kahne falling further behind. 2015 was also quite similar. 9 wins, 48 top 5s, 75 top 10, 6 poles, and a 14.4 average. Gordon was the highest in points with 3rd place, while Kahne fell further back to 18th. While wins and top 10s were mostly down, top 5s were up due to Jimmie Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. being more consistently up front. Kasey Kahne was taking another step back, and while Gordon finished higher in points than everyone else, his season overall was a regression with age. These are probably the factors of why they took a slight step backwards in 15 overall. 2013 through 2015 was Hendrick in top form. Johnson, Earnhardt, and Gordon were either at the peak of their career or experiencing career resurgences. Now 2016 would prove to be the beginning of the fall of this era for Hendrick Motorsports. Hendrick had only 5 wins, 29 top 5s, and 44 top 10s, with 4 poles and an average finish of 15.1. Johnson's championship was far and away his worst statistical championship ever. Kahne would be the lowest driver again to compete in every race at 17th in points, while Dale Jr. only raced half the season due to concussions and was replaced with Alex Bowman and a past his prime Jeff Gordon. The drop-off of the 88 team showed, as Hendrick Motorsports had less top 10s in 2016 than they had top 5s in 2015, and the drop only continued into 2017. Hendrick had 4 wins this year, with 20 top 5s, 46 top 10s, 3 poles, and an average finish of 17th. Chase Elliott would begin to hold the HMS flag, finishing 5th in points, while the post-concussion husk of Dale Earnhardt Jr. would stumble home 21st in points. Match us with Kasey Kahne's continuing low performance, Jimmie Johnson's fall, and you now have the beginning of Hendrick Motorsports' fall and making it unrecognizable from where it was only 2 years prior. And 2018 would see a shift to what we have now, driver-wise at least, in 2020. Out was Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kasey Kahne, and in was Alex Bowman and William Byron. The changes showed growing pains, as HMS scored only 3 wins, 15 top 5s, and 47 top 10s with 2 poles, and again averaging only a 17th place average. Chase Elliott was the only competitive car, finishing 6th in points, while young Byron struggled in the last spot for Hendrick, finishing 23rd in points. This would prove to be rock bottom so far at least, as the team scored decade lows in wins and top 5s. But for the first time in the span of time since 2012 to 2015, the team experienced year-over-year driver stability, and I think the stability showed in the results. 2019 saw the team knock off 4 wins, 26 top 5s, 52 top 10s, 10 poles, and an average finish of 15.4. While the best finishing Hendrick car was lower, with Chase Elliott being 10th place, Jimmie Johnson's 18th was actually a higher basement for the team as a whole. There were an uptick in wins, the highest number of top 5s since 2016, the highest number of top 10s since 2015, and an average finish that was comparable to 2016. While Elliott fell off a bit, both Alex Bowman and William Byron improved considerably. The 10 poles also showed promise, as there was definitely speed with the team, it just couldn't be harnessed for the entire race. The only black eye I think that anyone can say about Hendrick Motorsports when you compare its previous seasons to 2019 would be 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson's fall from grace. He looked worse than ever. But this being the case, it really shows that I think it's more the driver at this point being downwards than the team itself. So, looking towards 2020 and beyond, I think the future of Hendrick Motorsports is more hopeful and brighter than people give it credit for. Chase Elliott, he's a superstar in the making. And drivers like Alex Bowman and William Byron are budding young talents that have a lot of potential if they're given the right amount of time and the right amount of sponsorship. And I think it might be a hot take here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think Jimmy Johnson retiring is actually going to help the team overall and have all 4 cars more competitive afterwards. I think right now he's holding the team down with his fall. But this is just my take. I want to hear what you think. Is Hendrick Motorsports going to improve as time draws on, or is 2019 just a fluke? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe for more great NASCAR content, and until next time, have a good one.